Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Before I begin, I wanted to let everyone know that I made a new Discord server called Luke A10's Hangar. I plan on joining weekly, so if anybody wants to fly together, we can make that happen. My Discord server is linked down in the description below. Anyway, back to the video. Today, I'll be flying the F-104A Starfighter. The F-104 was conceived during the early 1950s as part of the U.S. Air Force's search for a high-performance fighter jet. Its design was spearheaded by Clarence Kelly Johnson, a renowned engineer at Lockheed's Skunk Works division. The Starfighter was notable for its distinctive design, featuring a long fuselage, narrow wings, and a pointed nose, which earned it the nickname the Missile with a Man in it. Its design emphasized speed and agility over maneuverability, reflecting the era's focus on high-speed interceptors. The F-104 made its first flight on March 4, 1954. The aircraft was powered by a General Electric J79 engine, which provided it with impressive speed capabilities. The U.S. Air Force introduced the F-104 into service in 1958. It was primarily designed for intercepting Soviet bombers, thanks to its high speed and altitude capabilities. NASA also used starfighters as chase planes. They ordered 3 NF-104s as astronaut training planes. While the F-104 was a technological marvel, it faced criticism for its poor maneuverability and high accident rate. It was eventually phased out of U.S. service in the 1970s, replaced by a more versatile aircraft like the F-4 Phantom II. The F-104 found significant success overseas, serving in numerous air forces around the world. Notable users included West Germany, Italy, and Turkey. It was particularly popular among NATO countries for its speed and intercept capabilities. The F-104 had a reputation for being difficult to fly, with a high accident rate attributed to its demanding handling characteristics and complexity of its systems. The F-104 Starfighter remains an iconic aircraft, symbolizing both the technological ambition and operational challenges of its era. That's all for the history lesson. I hope you enjoy the combat. Right now I'm in the first game and I'm just trying to stay low and fast. I really wouldn't recommend climbing. I say that because if you do climb, you're probably going to get a lot of missiles thrown at you. It's usually the MiG-21s that you want to watch out for. Most of the time you will be able to outrun a lot of missiles, but it depends how far away they are. So most of the time if you do climb, you're going to have somebody in front of you that fires a missile at you, and you're not very maneuverable as it is. That means you're not going to be able to get away in time, and you're just a sitting duck. What I recommend that you do, that I like to do, that not a lot of people do, is fly on the outskirts of the map low and fast. I also like to specifically target the A-10s. They're going to be very low and slow, so you can sneak up behind them pretty easily. Most of the time you will have A-10s on your team and the enemy team, but sometimes you won't. That comes down to the up tiers and down tiers. That's also another reason why I don't recommend climbing. If you get up tiered, the people around you are going to have a lot better missiles than you, and you're not going to be able to outrun or outmaneuver them. I'm going to start turning right to hopefully see if I can find any A-10s and give the squirrels in the trees a break. Unfortunately, I'm not seeing any A-10s. I know that they would definitely be around here if there were any, so I'm just going to have to work with what I have. I do see a nice Yak 38 in front of me with no flares. I'm going to try to fire an AIM-9B at him. You only ever want to fire your AIM-9B at an unsuspecting target. And you also want to make sure that you're close to your target, because the AIM-9B is an absolutely atrocious missile. A B-29 could outmaneuver it. The Yak 38's just rolling in circles trying to outmaneuver my missile. That's not how you do it. You're supposed to brake left or right just to try and outmaneuver it like that. But I appreciate the free kill. Now I see a G91 coming head-on with me. I'm going to fire at him there. Critical hit. I look behind me to see where he is. See that he's turning around into me. I'm just going to outrun him. Now I see an F-84 in front of me. I'm going to try to fire a missile at him. And then I look below me, see 2 enemies. I'm just going to fly right above them. The F-84 goes down, but not from my missile. As I'm going in that direction, I'm going to look behind me, always being aware of all my surroundings. Now I see a J2 in front of me. I'm going to try to get a shot off on him. But unfortunately, this one doesn't connect. I get behind him, pull my air brake so I don't overshoot, fire at him, and take him out. Now I'm going to look to my left to see where my enemies are. I'm just going to dive a little bit just to get my airspeed back. Thankfully the G91 that I hit earlier crashed and I get the kill for it. I look behind me to see where my enemies are. I see that they're on my allies. I'm going to turn around to try and help them. The bad thing about this aircraft is that it takes me about 2 to 3 business days to turn around. It's an absolute brick at any speed. Now that I've finally turned around, I see an Alpha Jet in front of me. I'm going to try to fire at him here, but unfortunately we both miss. As I'm seeing them bunch up and fly away from me, this is my time to climb. I know that their missiles are also absolutely atrocious, that's why I'm climbing and I know that I can outrun them. Now this aircraft is the ultimate boom and zoomer, so that's exactly what I'm going to do, boom and zoom. I see this MiG-15 below me, I fire at him here, but unfortunately miss. And I see this Japanese Sabre in front of me, see that he's pulling up, I'm not going to go for him. All I have to do is just do the same thing again, boom and zoom. I see this MiG-15 climbing up to me, I fire at him here, get severe damage, and he has a really bad oil leak. As I climb back up to altitude, I look behind me, see an Su-7 gaining on me. This is really bad. My only option here is to just dive. That is if I can even get my nose around in time. As he gets closer, I'm going to try to make him overshoot. I pull my air brake, kill my power, and try it. Make sure I don't hit the ground here because I have cement for an elevator. I'm able to kill the MiG-15 for 4 kills. I know that the Su-7's still going faster than me. I kill my power, still my air brake's out. And there he goes to overshoot. As he crosses my nose, I try to get a shot off on him, but unfortunately I just barely miss him. Now I see that my teammate's on him. I really want to kill this Su-7. As I'm looking around for any enemies trying to kill me from behind, I turn in too early. I'm in a really bad spot here. I also forgot how much of a cinder block this aircraft is. I really can't do anything here except hope that he doesn't hit me. I see that his nose starts slowly but surely coming up to me. I know it's probably over. As I try to jink out of the way of his bullets, he unfortunately hits me, and I go down. I was so close, yet so far away from killing him. As I eject, we were still able to win this game, thankfully. Thank you everybody for watching, and I hope you enjoyed my video. If anybody has any suggestions on what aircraft they want me to fly next, please leave it in the comment section down below, and I'd be happy to fly that aircraft.